Woo! Welcome to the other comic book show. I decided on the name. It's going to be called the other comic book show.
As opposed to the comic book show?
Yeah, pretty much. There's so many shows going on Sundays. It's insane. So that I thought I would just say the other comic book show. Makes sense to me. So I didn't realize it was Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
People have off on Monday.
No.
You got to work? Oh, that sucks.
That's all right. I got today off.
Oh, that's good. Take it. There will be a giveaway today. Actually, 5 of them, actually.
Please tell me that the panels can partake.
No, the panel cannot partake into the giveaways.
Oh man,
what's wrong with you people? Go buy something. Thirsty people,
right? Always coming around here every Sunday with your hands out.
Oh my God, we had such a funny show last night. Oh my God, I didn't think the show was going to run that long. I wasn't planning on staying the whole time.
I wasn't planning on staying that late either, but I was in there and I was like, oh, I guess I'll stay.
Jeopardy went over pretty well.
Yeah.
So what you guys been up to over the week?
Not much.
Nothing much.
Not much.
Tired. That's about all I got.
I just woke up from a nap.
Yeah, I need a nap.
Hey,
Jimmy.
I woke up about an hour ago from a nap. So.
I will say the highlight of tonight's giveaway. Actually, do I show a highlight or just show one of the giveaways?
Do you have another giveaway tonight? It's September. I thought it was just for August.
It's my birthday's in a few weeks.
Jesus Christ. The giveaways don't drive people to a show. They don't care. People will come regardless. You don't have to do giveaways.
I'm trying to give away the stuff I don't need.
He's trying to give away his crap, is what he's getting at here. He's like,
yeah, one book at a time. One book at a time ain't gonna give away much crap.
That's what I'm doing. 2 books at a time.
But then again, you got to think about it though. Is shipping gonna like break the bank on that little transaction?
It's just the effort of having to pack everything and ship it is a pain in the ass.
It doesn't bother me. It gives me something to do during the day. You know.
No, it's understandable. Since you're all retired and whatnot.
Yeah, I always forget you're old man retired. You got plenty of time on your hands.
I have a lot of time on my hands.
Some would say too much.
Who are we to judge what Bruce does with his day?
You don't want to know what I do with my day.
Hard time, okay, given right now. Partially out of jealousy, because gosh darn it, don't we all wish we can, have that be our day's activities. Oh, what did you do today?
I have not taken a vacation in 8 years, so.
Jeez. Well, it was this retirement thing was the state hates to give retirement, especially when there's an injury. I got hurt in 2019. I didn't get approval for retirement until
last year, right?
January of this year.
Oh, wow.
I started getting retirement. So, 5 years.
I'm working 25 years. I got another 25 to go before I can think about retiring.
Oh, jeez.
I'm never going
to
retire.
You'll be ancient by then, man.
I'm retired early, so I didn't even get started. So
they call that unemployed, dude.
When you're around 75, that's about it.
No, I didn't even go to work. So it's like I didn't go to university. So I was just like, no, I'm retiring.
From what?
From doing all the hard work.
You have to do something to retire from. God dang, kid.
This was a long time ago.
Hey, Kings, what's going on? So let's start with some pickups. I actually got some pickups in the mail yesterday.
Are you streaming this? Yeah, we are live. I didn't even realize we were live. Look at that.
Yes, we're live.
Good times.
Glad we didn't talk about anybody. What's up, everybody? Just finished watching the latest Alien movie. How was it, Archwell? I got
Derivative.
you know, I
I
am
actually thought it was okay.
continuing picking up these mugshot photos from DC just to have them all. Ghost Spider, number 4. Gotta love this cover.
Yeah, I mean, she's only ripping off her own face.
Yeah. Into the dark. Was it darkness? My
Hello, darkness.
Hello, darkness.
Hello, Tech.
If she's tied up, it's a bondage cover. Think about it.
A little Popeye.
Oh, only just a little Popeye.
Other Popeye.
Oh no, more Popeye.
Oh, I have another Popeye coming.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I showed this, but I want to show Brian. This Star Trek Defiant number 1 that I got.
Ooh, nice,
Playing,
nice. I could show off something that Bruce got me for my birthday.
Ooh. Detective Comics 1059. Little Mercy. It's Mercy, right?
Ah, Little Mercy, yeah, Little Mercy there.
A little Deathstroke number 6. I waited for this to go down in price before I bought it. I was not paying above ratio for this.
It's a fortunate class attack cruiser.
Yeah, it's a nice canary cover.
Yep. And book I won came in yesterday. I won another book. Actually won one today. A little Infinite Crisis. Fight for the Multiverse.
Nice little Dotson.
Dotson.
How old is that book, Bruce?
2015.
2015. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, that's why the case looks so old.
Ah,
Look how thin these things are.
Lord.
What's on the back? It was on TV. Oh, now on Blu-ray. Batman for all seasons. First season of Raven the Bold, Legion of Superheroes.
Sweet. It's worth it just for that ad.
What do you want to show off, Brian?
Well, I got a package in the mail.
Ooh.
From one Mr. Brucifer. It is a graphic novel, which I've started reading a little bit of. I don't want to lose my place, so I'll kind of just open to a random page. But it's called the Q Conflict.
That's actually a good story.
All right. So as soon as I'm done with this, though, I'm going to let my nephew read it. We're trying to get him interested in reading these as well. So
Nice.
Good times. But yeah, no, thank you, Bruce. I really appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. Joe, what do you got for us?
I got all kinds of stuff. I got those Micahs. I am number 15 out of 800 and 23. So I'm 15 and 23 out of 800.
Nice.
Got this nice Jay Ferguson cover for We Don't Kill Spiders.
Whoa. That's creepy as hell. I like it.
Nice. Got my underground stuff. Told to Tell. It's a beautiful Kevin Much cover on this book.
Look at that.
Yeah,
side
legs for days. Legs for days.
Beautiful. And then I got my normal good pickups of my Gun Honey.
Why is it taped?
Because it can't show clam. More Gun Honey.
Makes sense.
There's J. Scott Campbell.
Magic.
Some more Gun Honey. Some more Lau. Some more Gun Honey. More Gun Honey. I buy every possible Gun Honey cover I can find. I love the series. I love the covers. This series from Dark Horse into the Unbeing has the greatest, creepiest covers.
Wow.
There's normally just like an A and B cover. There's not variants or anything else, but their covers are fantastic.
Free that nipple. Hashtag free that nipple.
I wish I could. Little Ivan Tao. Old Dave Johnson cover. Right Before Black.
That's a great cover.
Little Carla.
I thought that was a cosplay cover.
No, it's Carla cover.
Nice.
Little Sweet Paprika. I think that's an Otozaki cover. A little Land.
Nice. I love that cover.
Both versions. The Barbaric.
Well, spreading before the moon.
Never sleep on Archie Horror. Cauldron of Horror has great covers all the time. And last but not least, a little Sonia Mattis.
Nice.
That's what I got this week.
So, hit X-Men. Type X-Men in the chat if you want to be in the giveaway. I'm going to do one right now. Might as well do it now. Get it over with.
I'm not even going to bother with the ego stroke this time.
Only had 4 people, and that's fine. Early bird gets the worm. All right. First
early
up,
worm gets the bird.
2 X-Men. X-Men 352 and 353. Let's run it. 5 people, draw. Winner is Hated Karuga. Huh. New name. Are you here?
All right. Just
I
put in
assume so.
X-Men
Oh,
a minute ago.
oh, good. I can't see. I'm on another stream. If you are here, hit me up on Instagram at
There he is. He said woot. So he's there.
Kingdom of Nerds _ on Instagram.
There you go. Huh? Said he'll DM you on Discord.
Thank you. Hey, Doom, welcome. Do you collect Marvel and DC Hot Toys? I do not, but I do collect the DC McFarlane toys. I think they're better quality. So let's get into the news, I guess. That works. They play the thingy. Oh.
I'd love to collect toys. I just don't have the room for it.
I wish I could collect more toys.
I definitely do not have the room. I don't have enough room for comics, let alone toys.
Yeah. All right. First up, I thought this was kind of funny. James McAvoy says he based Speak No Evil Psychopath on Andrew Tate. He said he's doing a alpha male type misogynist.
This just goes to show that Hollywood actors know absolutely nothing about what they're talking about. If that's their pinnacle of alpha male is Andrew freaking Tate.
Yeah, I'm convinced most of these morons.
You just lost cool points for me, James.
Just like Olivia Wilde based that role, the other role on Jordan Peterson.
Get the hell out of here.
The people say the dumbest shit.
It's because they don't know. It's so ill-informed. Honestly, it's borderline like ignorance. Like that's what I'm just like, dude, whatever.
Well, I'm playing a bad person, so let me find a bad person that I can say.
Let me look up who I think is a bad person. They're not even bad people. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm very just tired of this polarization bullshit. Actors need to stop it. Stop it.
What do you think about this?
Shut up and act. That's what I say. Shut up and act.
Dave, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think about this?
Yeah, look, I have my opinions about Andrew Tate, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the trailer enough to be like, really? It just doesn't.
I mean, for me, it's like really based on Andrew Tate. Like,
Well, the character, it's the character he portrays.
Inspired by.
It's inspired by Andrew Tate, but he's doing it more low key, not in your face type of a tailored down Andrew Tate.
Yep.
That's what they all
How is
say.
it tailored down? The kid's tongue is cut off in the goddamn trailer. How is it toned down? If anything, it's hyperbolic to
it's way too
the nth
hyperbolic.
degree.
That's the problem. It's like that's like my whole issue with this. It's just hyperbole, dude. It's like, no, go sit down, James. Quit trying to get.
I'm not a Tate fan in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but this is a really bad.
Tate.
This
but
is a
it's just
shitty
like,
attempt to get people to go see your movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude. Nobody cares about that hyperpolarization bullshit, unless you live on Twitter all day long.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Keep your motivations truthful or untruthful to yourself. Nobody gives a shit. You just want to go see a movie that's entertaining.
Exactly.
If you're good in the movie, that's all that matters.
Well, it's James McAvoy. It's going to be good regardless.
He has some winners and some losers.
Huh.
He was Mr. Tumnus.
I mean, I'm sorry. This just is like the whole out of touch actor Hollywood thing. It's like, no, dude.
It's like, I'm trying to score some points with group X, Y, or Z, so I'm going to say this because this scores me points with them. It's just dumb. It's
just going to score points with the people who don't like Andrew Tate. Oh boy.
I mean, I don't know anybody that loves Andrew Tate. I think most people are pretty either indifferent to Andrew Tate or dislike Andrew Tate.
I would say that yeah, exactly. And then they would say more leaning towards the indifferent.
I had a neighbor that loved Andrew Tate. He watched his videos and read his books and went out of his way to try to emulate Andrew Tate. So there are people out there that do.
If they actually helped you at one point in time, I don't see a problem with that. So, yeah, Merry Christmas. I feel the same way about Jordan Peterson. So, sit down before you start coming after me.
Yep. Oh, I agree. That's just stupid.
Next up, Vincent D'Onofrio says he has always wanted to play Swamp Thing. Could this be a future casting in the works, guys?
I don't know. It might be interesting. D'Onofrio is a good actor.
I wouldn't complain about D'Onofrio's Swamp Thing. I'd just be happy to get Swamp Thing. I really don't give a shit who plays him at this point. I want Swamp Thing.
Yeah, he played a hell of a bug on Men in Black. So yeah, why not?
Was it Salton Sea he was in where he didn't have the nose because he lost the nose to cocaine? He was good in that.
How do you lose your nose to cocaine?
I don't know.
Because it does damage to the septum. It collapses your nose. Because it's very caustic to tissues, man.
Well, not only that, but if you're the purity.
Talking
about
thank you, Cal. I know you're always there to validate yes or no for movie stuff. Salton Sea was a great movie. It's good under the radar Val Kilmer stuff.
Oh, this explains why the guy in my locker room never did it in his nose. He always put it under his tongue. Makes sense now. Interesting. You have a ruined tongue instead of a ruined nose, I guess. I would love to see this casting. If you're gonna, Swamp Thing is one of those characters that needs depth and needs someone that can handle the hurt that Swamp Thing feels every day by being part of the green, as we would say. the Earth.
Yeah.
So I think he can get that across on screen as Swamp Thing.
Good old Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, he just has to channel his inner, when he was in Full Metal Jacket.
I just Gunn, please just give me Animal Man. Could you just bring Animal Man in somewhere? I don't need. He doesn't have to be a lead. It doesn't have to. I just give me some Animal Man. That's all I want. He likes weird characters. There's nobody better than him.
Yeah, sure. So you're just getting here typing X-Men in the chat. This probably will be the last giveaway until after, I don't know, Baltimore. Yeah. I'm going to take a break from the giveaways for a while. And Baltimore is my birthday weekend.
There you go. Party.
So next up, James Gunn had discussions with Chris Pratt about joining the DCU. Who would you guys like for him to play in the DCU?
I would have liked to have seen him as Mr. Gold.
Not happening. Too old.
No, not really.
I was thinking about this. I would love to see him play either Wally West. No, not Wally West.
Too old. You tell me he's too old for Booster Gold, then you say Wally West.
Too old.
What did you say, Wally West?
I didn't mean to say Wally. I meant to say Alan Scott or crap. I can't even think right now.
Kyle
He'd be with Ted Cord.
They already cast. Didn't they cast Ted? No, they didn't. He could be. I can see that. Ted Cord would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ted Cord, Blue Beetle.
What about Kyle Rayner?
Kyle Rayner.
I mean, he can do serious stuff. The Amazon series that he was in was good, and that was a serious series.
How about the Batman that laughs?
Oh,
I would like to see him as the Batman who laughs. I would like to see the Batman who laughs in DC.
I don't need that character in live action at all. I don't need that character at all ever again. But
maybe a big bad.
Joe's like, I don't need the Batman who laughs ever again.
I just don't. It's like you want to establish a DC universe. You establish it with linchpins of solid characters. Yeah, don't start pulling out dumb shit. The Batman laughs.
You didn't like Dark Metal?
No,
I like the dark metal stuff, but to each their own, I guess.
I mean, it was fine as a read. I don't need it in live action.
I think it would be hard to translate some of the death metal stuff.
It's just too weird. Like maybe establish the regular characters before you start establishing weird derivative characters.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You can have Chris Pratt as Animal Man. There you go.
I would love to see him as Buddy. He would be a perfect Buddy Baker. I'm telling you, Animal Man is one of the deepest characters. If they take even just part of that Morrison run and did something with it, it would be amazing.
Well, we just have to get Superman out the gate, and then everything behind that hopefully will just flow.
You need to get the Trinity at the gate. Establish A-lister DC characters.
I don't know if you need the full Trinity. I don't know if you need Wonder Woman right away. For me, Wonder Woman still holds a little more recency in my brain for some reason than any of the other stuff. Maybe because Wonder Woman 84 was such a piece of shit movie. But
she was in Shazam 2.
Yeah.
Did she make an appearance in Flash? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like the character's been off the screen. She's been here and there.
I mean, I'm fine if they want to introduce Wonder Woman if it's going to be Gal. If it's not going to be Gal Gadot, sit on it, let it cook, come up with a good idea.
Well, it's definitely not going to be Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
it's not going to be. It's not going to be Gal.
Then sit on it, and there's no need to jump into putting another Wonder Woman out there.
No, here's the problem though. You've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and when you have the head of WBD literally stating that they're going to put them at the forefront of things, you're going to have to put out something for those characters, right? That's the way I see it.
Well,
If
we
you
got
don't,
Paradise Lost coming.
Maybe
But
they
that-
should look
that-
at maybe they should look at comic sales and realize that Wonder Woman comics don't sell shit.
no,
And-
but that's different
and
to.
reevaluate.
Well, the latest run has been doing pretty well. The Tom King run.
I'm not saying that the runs have been bad, or the writing has been bad or anything. I'm just saying sales wise and popularity, nobody gives a shit. I don't
mean,
think most
but-
people give a shit about Wonder. They liked Gal Gadot because they introduced a really good first Wonder Woman movie, and then they decided to take that, pack it full of fiber, and flush it down the goddamn toilet with Wonder Woman 82, with Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, if you're making a new universe, you don't do something which is a prequel to Wonder Woman, right? Which I think is a dumb idea, right? If you're gonna do something,
We've never had a Wonder Woman origin, really, have we?
Yeah, we have.
yeah,
Did that-
We got
was
enough
that
of
really?
it. We got enough pieces of that through the last run of things. Nobody wants, it's superhero movie reboot. Here's the origin story. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
it's like-
I
it's
do. I
like-
got to watch Bruce lay a goddamn another rose in the fucking alleyway. Enough.
How about two roses?
Enough?
and a lily?
You know, it's enough. It's
it's the point where it's stale, right? We don't need
Yeah.
that type of thing, right?
I argue that the entire genre's gone stale, but that's just me.
I don't disagree with you there either. That's why it's like, why are you
Another
starting from
Wonder
the
Woman?
beginning?
Eye roll. Another Batman. Eye roll.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
Batman.
that's about where
I'm
I'm at.
fine with Batman. Batman movies are always going to do well. They basically have the Elseworlds thing, basically with the Pattinson universe anyway, with the whole Reeves thing, which is fine with me. I'm fine if they don't introduce a Batman into the Gun universe for a while. I'm fine with the Pattinson stuff. Just continue on with that. Who cares? But I don't want more origin stories.
I am so looking forward to this Penguin series. It's only 4 episodes, an hour long each. Tell a story, and then it leads into Batman 2.
I'm not chomping at the bit for it, but I liked Gotham. I like stories about Gotham and some of those other characters. So it's a streaming series. So my expectation, it's not like I have movie expectations for it. So
and it's being done by HBO production. So
and Reeves has his hands in it, and so it's his universe.
Yep.
So that's fine.
you know what to expect when you see it. So next up, Bryan Cranston is on the list to recast Professor X after Avengers: Secret Wars.
That might be
Whatever.
interesting.
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, nobody's going to top Patrick Stewart, but
No.
and actually McAvoy either, because McAvoy did a really good younger
Yeah.
Professor Xavier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
In some cases, yes. Sometimes, I don't know. It was hard to follow Patrick Stewart. That's a hard person to follow, because it was done so well. I will say Fassbender followed Ian McKellen
Magneto.
very well
But
in terms of Magneto. I liked his Magneto a lot, but
I
McAvoy
don't know.
wasn't bad.
I just don't want them going too old with these characters, and you want these characters around for a decade.
well,
You know
it
what I
doesn't
mean?
matter.
Professor X.
It really doesn't
Sure.
matter for Xavier. He's supposed to be older.
You throw him in a goddamn wheelchair, and who cares? Just wheels ass around. He can do whatever he wants. It's not like it's not like you got to have him doing cartwheels and kicking people in the face. He does a lot of this and sits with a blanket over his legs. It's no big deal.
I want walking Xavier, damn it. I want Xavier to have use of his legs. Have they done? They haven't done that in live action. And well, the new was the McAvoy Professor.
Well, they did, yeah, in First Class until he caught the
Yeah.
bullet. It's fine.
Until Magneto's crippled him.
And then somehow magically oh, we'll kill your mutant power and that'll allow you to walk somehow.
What?
The
That
whole
made no
mutant
sense.
gene thing that it was dad.
No, dude. Yeah, he took the shot so he could use his mind power so he can walk.
I don't know. I don't care who they cast. I just want them to make an X project. Take some time with it. Put together a decent, thought out cast, not a fucking pandering cast. I don't care about representation. I don't care about whatever. The X-Men are representational in and of themselves with the original characters that they have. So just cast who we want to see. Give me a good Storm. Give me a decent Wolverine. Give Bruce a decent Cyclops, even though he's a fucking asshole.
Cyclops is the pillar of the X-Men. Can't have the
Cyclops
X-Men
has
without
always
Cyclops.
been a dick, man.
But I
No
mean, just
getting around it.
like you have the perfect thing for today's Hollywood, where it's like you don't have to go to the pander well and
I don't
of
think they ever
anything.
said they want to pander for X-Men.
They all these movies they tend to push in those directions for large scale projects where there's large ensemble casts.
Well, they
But
don't.
they don't have to
pander. They don't
That-
have to pander.
That's
for
what I'm
it.
saying. They don't have to. All they have to do is take
So,
existing characters,
Why is that
cast
even
them
part
the
of
way they
conversation?
are. You know, I don't need gender swaps. I don't need race swaps of characters because you don't have to in the X-Men. So don't do anything to piss people off and start the
Oh,
hate train early.
if you really think about it, the X-Men were pandering back then with the way they were written. So, right?
No, they were who they were. Those were original characters that were created and introduced.
And people had a hard time with some of the characters they introduced back then. They're going to have
They
a problem
did,
with
but
it.
they were still new characters. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking those original characters the way they're written and putting them into live action.
Hey,
You can
Mama
mix
Bear.
up the team
Hey,
and,
Mama Bear.
and do whatever and put in whatever ones you want, but you know.
I just feel sorry for whoever's got to play Wolverine from here on out, because
I
people
still
are going to,
Compare.
Jackman played him for so long
Mhm.
I don't think it
that
matters.
people
There's so
are
many
going
Wolverine
to.
fans. I don't think that matters. There's so many Wolverine fans out there. Long as Wolverine is on the screen, they won't care who's playing him.
People forgot about him for 2 seconds when they saw Cavill. Come on. It's
Yeah, I saw all the cast Cavill hashtags.
yeah, I don't think it matters. These characters transcend the actors, and I know Jackman has been Wolverine for 20 goddamn years now or whatever, and that's who we really see as Wolverine. But you know what? People will get over it. People get over Batman casting changes constantly.
I don't know who's the original guy to play Hamlet. You know what I mean? They get mad every time they recast that role.
Yeah, I like I said, these characters these characters transcend the actor that plays them. And granted, it is a little tougher with Wolverine just because he has been that character for so long. But I think people will get over it quickly if it's done well.
Well, I argue it's a lot different than say like recasting Captain Kirk. You know what I mean?
And I'm with Cal. I still think they should have recasted goddamn Black Panther. The character transcends, and the character is more important than the actor that plays them, no matter how tragic the circumstances were. That character was important. That first Black Panther movie was very important.
It was integral to the
culturally. That movie was very important, and I don't say that much about Marvel shit because it's mostly cape shit. But culturally, that movie had an impact with a group that's very underrepresented in comics. And to take what was a great character and just be like, yeah, well, that was unfortunate what happened and it was tragic and sad, so now we're just not going to recast that character.
Well,
They missed out. They missed out.
At the same time, people want T'Challa recast, but when they do make original new black characters, they get racist comments and get bullied off an
Who? Who?
The actress Riva, they bully her off from the internet.
Oh, you know what? It's the
Well,
goddamn
okay,
internet. There's
right,
millions of
right.
people on the goddamn internet.
But you talking
If 10
about
people
get
say
original-
stupid shit,
No, that's okay.
But-
I'm sorry. I'm at the point now where it's like, dude, that's like the 10th freaking time it's happened. Educate yourself as an actor, as an actress. You know what you're getting yourself into. Okay? If you cannot develop a thick enough skin, maybe you're doing the wrong goddamn thing.
But they shouldn't have to go through that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm
But-
well aware of that.
You know what?
but
Don't go on press tours. Don't
that's the
read your
internet,
social
Zach.
media, because anybody and everybody,
Hey,
and
LeBron.
there's tons of crazy, dumb sons of bitches out there
I'm
that
not
can say
excusing the
anything at any
behavior, I'm
time.
just saying it is
but I
what it
just
is.
think that if the director of the film felt like his brother died, it's not that hard to understand he wants time before they should recast the character. It's not that hard.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, but at the same time, they didn't have to put out a Black Panther 2. If it was that important, they didn't have to put out a Black Panther 2. You could have waited enough time and then
Well, they had
recast
to
it.
do
and
they
put out
had to
Black-
do a dedication to him, a film dedication to him.
Well, he died of what,
It has to
space
be
AIDS
done.
or whatever the hell they had, and that wasn't a good send off.
You know
In that
that
movie?
funeral scene in the beginning was amazing?
It was. Yeah, I don't know. I feel they did the character dirty. I feel the character is culturally important, and just kind of writing it off because of that, the way they did, they really missed out on a large segment of an underrepresented comic fan group that I think kind of got shorted of a great character that they could have built out.
I still like the fact that Shuri was Black Panther. I liked her as Black Panther. I don't see why she can't represent Black Panther like she did in the comic books, but that's just me as a black man myself. So next up, Dead Boy Detectives canceled after one season
Bullshit.
at Netflix. This
Horseshit.
is the worst thing that Netflix has ever done.
Well, is this Gaiman effect or is this Dead Boy Detectives effect? I don't
It
know.
was no one was watching it. The numbers were bad.
It dropped real quick. So
Yeah, but I
That's-
think I still think some of the Neil Gaiman stuff might have rolled over on that.
Well, we're still getting Sandman season 2, of course.
it
This
was
is hard to
Gotham
tell.
Knights. It was Gotham Knights numbers. That's the best way to put it.
Oh, that's sad. And it was such a good series. It was such a really, really good series. To be able to take a spin-off of Sandman and make it something completely different tonally than what Sandman was brilliant. It was such a good series.
The writing was amazing. The actors in this project were great. It was so different from what we're used to. I'm just so sad that this didn't catch on.
It was one of my
unfortunately.
favorite series, comic-based series that I've watched in a long time.
You know, and I've never read Sandman comic books. I didn't know who the Dead Boy Detectives were until they made their appearance in Titan. No, not Titan. Was it Titan? No, Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol was great. I liked that they took Doom Patrol and allowed them to run with it the way they did. Because very few series gets that long of a leash in the comic world in terms of being able to do that stuff. I enjoyed that with Doom Patrol.
Who let BK in? Who gave BK a wrench? Did I give BK a wrench?
Yeah, you did.
How did that happen? Jeez. I must have been in a really good mood that day. I don't know what. I've seen some shows on Netflix that should have been canceled after the second or third season, but it's still going.
I don't know. This couldn't have cost that much.
No.
Netflix also does. It's weird. Sometimes a show will be doing really good and it'll only get a couple of seasons.
I mean, they give
Netflix is
they
weird
give
about how
Lock
they
and
do this
Key
stuff.
like 4 seasons, for God's sakes. I don't get it.
Yeah, Netflix does the weird when it comes to seasons, man. The shows, especially.
BK said you did in caps. If he's not there, okay, he's not
Yeah.
there.
But yeah,
No, he's not. He
it
said,
makes me-
"I'll be right back."
it makes me very sad that this was canceled because I enjoyed this a lot.
Sorry, the lights
Yes.
were flickering.
Oh,
Yeah, so
crap.
so Christopher, yeah, BK says you did in
I
capital.
know I did. So, all right, next up, I know there are fans of Batman that says Batman shouldn't kill. He should kill, but
He killed.
I got a list from CBR.com of every time Batman has killed in the comic book. So I thought this was a cool list I go through. Let me just put this up a little. Ooh. So, first time he killed, was it the first time? He killed Alfred Stryker, was a corrupt businessman. They killed his business partner. This was way back.
Golden Age Batman had no problem killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Age Batman off people all the time.
He's fresh out of give a fucks. He didn't care at all.
He would leave Commissioner Gordon murder trophies like a cat.
So then we have Dr. Death. He killed Dr.
Steve
Death.
Williams. The
What
rest
was
of
it
them?
in Detective Comics
Oh.
29?
If I remember correctly, he hung one of them off the bat plane.
Then we have at 16, Macau was Dr. Death's aid in committing crimes.
That's the one.
Snapping that neck right there.
Yeah, that was the one he snapped his neck on the.
Take that neck snap with my thin legs.
That was the original curb stomp.
Yeah. Oh no!
Did I say that? I'm sorry.
Motherfucker. I hate this game.
Then he killed the Mad Monk. He shot him.
Yeah, he shot him. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman had no problem with guns either in Golden
Yeah,
Age.
Batman actually didn't he supposedly carry the gun that killed his parents or some shit like that?
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, early Batman carried guns. Early Batman killed people. But I try to tell people that these days, and they're like, "I don't care about the Golden Age." Well, okay, but this is where these characters came from.
Then we have Dollar of Adams served Mad Monk. She suffered the same fate at Batman's hand. He killed women, guys. Kill women.
Hey, equality.
Equality, man.
Then he killed Sheldon Lennox. Greed led to his death.
Yep.
How did he kill him?
Yeah.
And then finally, however, Batman got possession of the ruby idol that Sheldon Greeley went and throwing it at his opponent. He killed him by hitting him with an idol.
Golden Age Batman had no problems killing.
Absolutely zero fucks.
Yep, none at all.
Elias Turg.
Oh, the spy. Yeah.
Oh, Batman punched him and he fell on his sword in the door.
Yep. He caught a sword.
Let's
to the
just say
back
Batman
of the
wasn't
head.
real broken up over that one.
No. I'm hoping. Oh, Hugo Strange. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah,
he hung a dude
dangle.
from the Bat Jet, man.
That's crazy.
He's probably better off this way.
Batman #1.
Yeah. He hung a dude off the Bat Jet, man.
Jeez.
Like I said, he used to leave murder trophies for Commissioner Gordon. Like, oh, I killed it for you.
He killed Hugo Strange.
Yep.
Wolf, the crime master. It was an accident.
Those things happen too.
Then we have he watched somebody drown instead of saving them. That's awesome. KG Beast.
Now that's the one I remember, and that was like late 80s, early 90s. He
this
let
is,
the KGB. He left him in a bunker and let him starve.
So the starvation killed him.
Oh, Batman like walked away, locked the door on him, and walked away. It's like, okay, I see you, Bruce. I see you.
He killed Jose Gazonas. And not too long after he led KGB down.
Yeah,
I mean, starved.
yeah.
Elseworld Batman killed a vampire. Doesn't count.
Eh.
You're allowed to kill
Red Rain.
supernatural things.
Bleach.
I
Thief?
guess most recently has been
Dark Side and Batman's like, yeah, okay. So yeah, he killed that. That was Final Crisis.
yes. So usually it's been in.
Yeah,
Most recently, he's been in Elseworlds.
He's not snapping lab assistants' necks like he was in the Golden Age anymore.
Oh, ISIS here.
There's been a couple of Elseworlds where he's killed Superman.
Batman, Superman Annual #1. Huh. I don't think I read this story.
He's beating him with a kryptonite chain.
Kryptonite
awesome.
chain. I think that is awesome.
He's literally got kryptonite chain wrapped around his hand, and he's beating Superman to death. Now, see, that's something I've never understood. He knows the Joker's a problem. He knows the Joker kills hundreds of people.
Well, in every other multiverse story, he's killed him. That's not for the mainline story.
It's because they're secret lovers.
Yeah, you can't have Batman without the Joker, and can't have Joker.
I don't know. The Joker alludes to some weird fucking connection to Batman all the time.
So, all right, let me do giveaways before we get into the rest of the show. I'm not gonna spend too much time doing giveaways tonight, so they might be rapid fire. All right. Next up, we have Batman Annual 15 and a beautiful Wonder Woman 106 cover. So the winner is Red Matos. Are you here? Red Matos.
Red
Hey,
Matos,
Bruce.
are you in the chat?
Bruce, I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, Comic Embrace.
You got 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
X-Men,
3,
Mama Bear.
2,
want.
1. Roll it again.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There we go. The winner is
Cal.
King's Portal.
There you go, Cal.
Congrats, Cal. Finally.
Matos is just here. He just said yes.
Oh,
bummer.
I'm sorry. That's a chance for you to win the next one. So might as well do the next one while I'm here.
What comic was it?
Youngblood 0, 1, and 3.
Okay.
What happened to you?
I don't know. That's on you. And the winner is Artrell. Hit me up on Instagram, Artrell. And we still have 2 more giveaways, but we'll do later on in the show. So stick around.
Put on your red shoes and dance with us. Let's swing.
Oh, all right. So we got comic reviews. X-Men #3, which I did change the photos. Okay. I thought this was a lot better than the first 2 issues, actually.
Why, do you like to watch Scott eat for like 14 panels?
Yes.
There's only 12
Oh.
panels, damn it. But I did. It made me want to go look up the character Temper and see her origin. She first appeared in Uncanny X-Men 528. She was part of the five mutants that were born after Hope Summers.
Isn't this the character that they called Oya or whatever for a while?
Oya, yes. I actually like this story. I like that she just freaking froze the room after they threw freaking incendiary grenades at her. I was like, what the hell?
Well, what she does is she transfers energy.
Yeah.
So if she gets flame, she transfers it into ice or whatever. She's an interesting character. I just think she's way too angry.
I just you know what they were trying to blow up Cerebro.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't that I'm getting that whole room's turned to ice now. I'm sure that's probably not a good thing either.
That's not a good thing.
Can you clear up what's going on in the chat, dude?
I didn't see him.
Wait, what's going on
there?
No, just tell Cal he won a damn comic book.
You want a comic, Cal?
Goddamn.
Yeah,
you're good, bro. You won the second time around.
I didn't see the need for Scott to shit on his brother unnecessarily.
Nobody saw him say I'm here until after the fact.
I thought that was funny.
It was kind of shitty though. Come on, man.
Come on, it was funny.
Oh, it's very on brand. It's very on brand for Scott Summers.
When has Havoc ever successfully completed or did anything? Come on.
Seriously, did you miss the X Factor run during the 90s?
Havoc hater.
I didn't like that. After they stopped with the original X-Men's X Factor, I didn't care about the X Factor. Dude,
you missed out, bro. After Havoc took over the X Factor, it was great. Some good stories.
Yeah, this episode felt very long in terms of nothing really happening. It's like, I'm going to distract you while I send some people to go blow up Cerebro.
I think that he Scott telling him, you can either deal with Scott and his X-Men, you can either deal with Cyclops and the X-Men, or you can deal with Cyclops and the Brotherhood. I thought that was interesting.
It wasn't poorly written. It was just like there was a lot of pages and not a lot really happened.
It's a lot of setup.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It's an X-Men book. I like the other X-Men title better, just because I like the team lineup better.
Nixon X Factor. I don't need Nixon X Factor.
No, I don't need either. I don't need either of those titles. I'm fine with just X-Men and Uncanny. Like I said, I like the other team a bit better in terms of who they got. I mean, you got Magic in this book, but you get her for like 2 panels. And I'm like, Instead, I had to watch Scott eat a meal.
That was a very intense conversation.
Yeah, the conversation itself was important. But again, it was a whole comic book, and basically it was like, I'm going to take you to lunch to distract you. That's what happened. That's what I got out of this book. So I don't know how much it really moved the needle for me in terms of moving things forward, but whatever.
Yep. But hopefully it gets better. Hopefully it continues. The writing is good, so that'll be nice. So,
I still don't know how I feel about the interior art. It's not bad.
It's not great. It's not bad. It's just damn.
Like I can't pinpoint like what I dislike about it, but there's something about it that I dislike about it. I don't know what it is, but
so I will be continuing to read this.
I can tell you what it is for me with the art. It's like whoever's it's the person doing the art for this book, and I don't recall off the top of my head who it is, but the person doing the art for this book is trying to mimic like a certain '90s style, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
it
they're not
reminds me of the
doing it.
90s.
They're
Stedman
not
doing all
doing
the
it really
interiors.
well. I mean, it's not bad. It's just they're trying to mimic a style, and they're not getting the essence of that style, I guess.
I don't know why you want to mimic the 90s. The 90s was not the best time for X-Men stories.
There were quite a few good stories from the X-Men in the '90s. Okay, don't get me started. All right,
Maybe the 12, maybe Age of Apocalypse.
Age
Well,
of
that's all right.
Apocalypse, the 12, the Onslaught stuff wasn't too bad.
I didn't like the Onslaught stuff at all.
To me, this was far too slow of an episode for very little happening. There's only so much setup you could do before I get tired.
And you know, it's Stegman, right? Doing the art in this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's trying something new, but
I mean, again, it's not bad. It's not bad interior
No, it's
art.
not.
It's just there's something about it that's just like it's just not doing it for me.
So, all right. The next book we decided to review was Frankenstein #1, Universal Monsters. I thought this story was a little effed up. The little kid
Right.
seeing his father dug up and used for Frankenstein body parts.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein story.
I loved it.
You just
Yeah,
got it
but-
from a slightly different perspective.
Yeah, and Fritz about to get his ass torn up. That's all I'm saying. He got the kid at the end of the book, and you know the monster's back there looking.
Yeah, I mean it was fine for a first issue. These Universal Monster ones have been a little flaky sometimes on the first issues in terms of setting things up, but I mean it's Frankenstein. Hey, dug up, monster created. Okay, fine.
Let me just say this. Artrell has decided to pass the books over to Red Matos. Great guy. Please hit me up at Kingdom of Nerds _ Red Matos, and I will send the books out to you this week. Thank you for doing that, buddy. So, what'd you think of it, Dave?
I liked it, but then again, you know, people don't realize that my first love with comics is horror comics. I started with horror comics.
Uh-huh.
In specific, something we're going to talk about later in this show. But you know, cape shit. I like cape shit. It's great. Don't get me wrong, especially like the X-Men or whatever.
I get tired of it. It gets derivative.
But I love horror comics, and this was good. I'm going to continue with this. The art is, the art is gothic. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see where it goes with this kid. But I think Victor's assistant about to die horribly because that monster, that the hands remember the kid. So there's a part of the monster that remembers the kid.
Yeah.
Yes,
And-
Nosferatu looks great. The trailer.
The trailer looks amazing.
Oh, dude, Nosferatu looks
Oh.
awesome.
I can't wait for that.
But then again, I'll
Day
watch
one
anything
for me.
Eggers does.
Yeah, Eggers is good.
I just watched Northman today again.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of fell off on Creature of the Black Lagoon. I like Dracula.
I did.
I'm
Creature of the
liking it
Black
so
Lagoon
far.
was just weird.
Yeah.
Where that story was going, I was like, this just doesn't interest me at all.
Did
And I
they
gave up on it.
Did they do Creature with the Universal Comics?
Yes.
Yes.
Did
Okay,
the
I'll have to
series
go back
before
and
this.
I'll have to go back and look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
far,
Dracula, Creature, and now Frankenstein.
The Mummy should be next after this, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll be
it just. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It'll be the Mummy or the Wolfman, I'm sure.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to the Wolfman.
But I mean,
Yeah, me
too.
this sets up exactly what you need. You need a monster, Frankenstein. You need to have somebody who has some type of emotional attachment to the monster, and you need your bad guy, which could be the Doctor, could just be Fritzl probably.
Yeah,
out of the story.
Fritz will
very
probably be
fast.
the bad guy.
But that's fine. I mean, for an intro issue, it's fine.
How many issues are these Universal Monster stories usually before they
5?
wrap?
5?
4 or 5. They're not long runs.
No,
Okay.
not long. And the next book we looked at was Nice House by the Sea, number 1 and 2.
I did not get to these. The
I-
stupid site was moving so slow between pages. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have it in. I have to read quickly. I can't wait like a minute for each page to come up, or I get too frustrated, and I was like, I'm just not going to retain anything or care about it.
These nice house books are interesting,
Yes.
and this one had some like body modification stuff,
Yeah.
and the being able to control the storms. But I think they were doing that with Nice House by the Lake too.
Yeah.
But there is something odd going on with this story because the first issue goes with one group,
Yep.
and then the second issue goes with another group, and they're all in the same area, I guess. Like, because they keep showing the grid map thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's been collecting humans for a while. And
Yeah,
it seems like they're all in one area. They're trapped in some type of, I don't know, I can't describe it, some zone. Each
Yeah.
house is in a zone, and
yeah,
I guess that's why he warned the guy not to use too much lightning because it
Yeah.
disrupted the barriers.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, okay, so this Max character that's been collecting people,
Yeah.
he's an alien, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so did the aliens cause the apocalypse to happen, or did it just happen?
I believe the aliens caused it, and he was given the chance to save a certain amount of humans.
So it's kind of like a Noah's Ark sort of thing, but with humans instead of animals.
Yes.
The way I am with this book is I think I bought like the first two issues or so, but I think I'm just going to wait for the trade and just read it in a chop and just read the whole thing.
Yeah.
That might be how I have to do it too, because I'm gonna have to go back and read Nice House by the Lake again.
Yeah.
You could tell that these stories were written with the same intensity that a writer will write a movie or
Well, that's what Tim is
passion
doing.
project.
I mean, I think a lot of these writers now that are writing
Mhm.
comic stuff that they are allowed to do as original IPs for them. This is Tinian's story. Tinian's writing it. It's not like it's Batman or anything like that. I think most of them are writing a lot of this stuff with the intent of certain things getting optioned, or they write with the intent for live action eventually.
Yeah,
There's a few writers that are very good at doing that, of being able to write stuff that they know will translate very easily to live action.
I think this story would be interesting live action.
Mhm.
Like, but you couldn't do it like just a movie though. It'd have to be a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Tinian is a lot of Tinian stuff is that way. I think Department of Truth is that way. I think Something is Killing the Children is that way. I think it's all stuff that's very translatable to animated or live action.
Yeah, he's okay when he's writing other people's character, but he shines when he's writing his own stories.
Yeah, and he leans way much more into like psychological horror and stuff when he
Yep.
writes his own shit.
Because I was thinking about this today after I read the story, and I'm thinking, would I want to be alive knowing that everyone I loved and cared about was dead and stuck in a house with 9 other, was it 9 or 10, 8 other strangers in a house for the rest of my life? I don't know if I could do it.
Especially when it's obvious some of these people hate each other.
Yeah.
Like straight up hate each other.
No, we've all watched enough Real World over the years to know that is the way things work.
And the one what was the one the was he a priest?
Yeah.
He's slut shaming and body shaming. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, you had the POV character in the first issue.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's kind of a scumbag.
But you need to have that. You need to have a variety of characters. Nobody wants, hey, here's the best of the best people. They're all awesome, and let's put them in a house and tell a story about it. Nobody gives a shit about that.
It's funny because you say that, because on paper in the descriptions, these are the cream of the crop humans.
Yeah.
But they're assholes. They're
People are
complete
Jackasses.
self-centered, egotistical maniacs, and you stuck them all together in one house. Either it's going to be a big orgy, or they're going to kill each other every day.
You
Or
got
we kill
weird.
each other during the big orgy.
Well, there's already weird orgies going on anyway. Like,
Yes. And then one guy was like, "Come on, you gonna be my first. I want to experience it, please."
well, we could be trapped here for 100 years or thousands of years. We don't know. Be my first. Like,
I don't know if we necessarily need this series or needed this universe to be expanded, but it's still interesting.
I think they are just here for the amusement
Cal,
of the alien, because he became attached and loves these people. Like,
it's
you love a dog.
It's basically a zoo.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes. Because he talks about, like, the little blurbs on each character. He talks about, I encountered this person 20 years ago, or I encountered this person, he keeps talking about how he met them several years beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like he collected people for a zoo. For all intents and purposes.
He has some type of emotional connection to them. Or
yeah.
Like the one girl he's in love with, but she doesn't love him back. She slept with everybody else but him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Cal, you're right. It's like God with an ant farm. Like, literally. Max is a weirdo.
Yeah. He's a creepy alien.
It's a decent put together book. Like I said, it's nice to step outside of superhero comics and
definitely
read something different. So,
all right, moving on. We got flaming hot covers coming out on September 4th. At number 10, Ultimate's number 4, in Huck Lee Ultimate Special Variant. I like this Ultimate Doom cover.
That is a badass cover.
I'm not going to put a flaming on that, but it's okay.
Hold on. I'll be right back,
that's
guys.
That's why I said number 10.
I mean, I like any Doom covers, even though it's Ultimate Doom. But yeah.
Then at number 9, Alkalite Kanaka number 1, the 1 in 25 Barons incentive.
That's good. And at least you're getting some different. It's not, here is the Acolyte. This is a frame by frame of what you saw in live action as a comic book. So hats off to them for actually doing something that adds a little more depth to these characters that you maybe wanted a little more of during the live action show.
I want to know more about Kalnaka.
Yeah.
He seemed interesting to me.
He is not my favorite Wookiee Jedi.
But who I want more information on? The Stranger. I want them to do something with Chimere.
They will. And most likely in book form or comic book form.
I hate to say it, I don't really care about Osha and May.
Nobody does.
I tried to, but I just don't.
They just didn't. They were not well written characters. You don't give a shit about them. They were not well fleshed out.
But the ones that really, I mean, it's obvious we're going to get more Pelagius because he's integral to Sidious's story. So they're going to stick Pelagius into some other project going into the prequel era.
Maybe, maybe not. They don't have to do anything with it. They could just let it sit and say, let it be done.
Yeah, because anything after Alkalite is pretty much getting into the prequels, isn't it?
Well, it's still 100
No,
years.
you
It's
still
still
got
130 years.
You got 100 or so years of wiggle room within there to play around with.
But I want to know more. I want to know a little bit more about Kalnaka, so I'll probably read this, and I want to know more about Chimere. And I think that he was popular enough for them to do something with him.
I don't buy that many incentives either, Ed. Trust me, I don't.
Hey, look, guys. When I get a better job, I'm gonna start collecting these books. So I'll eventually have pickups, I swear. But
And truthfully, when I get incentives, I normally will wait 6 to 8 months after it comes
I
out,
waited
and
a
they're
few
well
years to
below
get this one.
ratio.
you have to understand also, guys. I'm about 45 minutes to an hour from any of the comic book shops in this area.
I am
Like,
as well. I'm about.
I am
40
literally
minutes
stuck
away.
in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've got 4 big cities like within an hour of me in either direction, but
Mhm.
and I like the little town I live in. But
Well, it's like I
Is it
have
small
a
enough where
comic
they call it Missouri instead of Missouri?
yeah. Hey man, it's better than
Hey,
Texas.
hey,
It's
Chris.
there's Chris.
What are you doing in the city? What city?
He went to spend some time with friends.
Nice. He sent me a video. I don't want to open it yet.
He went
Not
to
on-
one of the bigger cities that's near me. Like I said, like he went to Quincy, which is about an hour away.
Yeah. I have a comic books LCS within. I could be there in 5 minutes, but I
See-
would rather drive 45 minutes to an hour to a nice, welcoming comic book store.
Oh, the
Instead of-
close one's the one that's got comic book guy in it, right?
Yes,
Like,
he's comic
yeah,
book
yeah,
guy.
he's comic book guy, yeah. Dude,
Nothing against comic book guy, but he's not
When
my
I-
type of LCS owner I want to interact
real quick
with.
story, and then we can move on. When I
Go
lived
ahead.
in Fort Worth, Texas, there were 21 comic book stores between Fort Worth and Dallas, okay? And in the mid-cities area. And about 3 or 4 of them were great places to go. But there was this one guy, and he got a bad reputation for being that guy, okay? Like, you'd walk into his
Funny.
shop, into the shop, there'd be like 4 or 5 like regulars that he had. And
Yeah.
they were all jackasses. They were all mean people. Like, you walked in there and like all their heads, you could hear the sound of creaking necks as they all stared at you.
That's why I pre-order all my books. They get delivered to me. Granted, I normally get them a week or so late, but I pre-order all my stuff and just get it delivered. to my
I
house.
made the mistake when I used to go to close to LCS of going in on a Saturday afternoon. Made the mistake of doing that. Here, this table set up. There's about 18 to 40 year
What's
olds.
this comic guy doing in here while we're trying to play our role-based card games?
There was figures on the tables. There was cards being played. There was the smell of desperation and
Okay,
having
look.
taking a
Look.
bath. It was bad.
Look,
It was
Look,
bad.
Texas, in Texas, there aren't just dedicated comic book stores in Texas. The whole time that I've been around comic book shops and everything since the late 80s, they've always sold other things besides comic books.
No, I
and
don't have
I
a problem with
usually-
that. I just have a problem with take
and
a
to be-
bath before you go to these places. Shower.
And to be honest with you, I would usually be in the shops playing Warhammer or Hero Clicks or whatever, Magic the Gathering. But I was not one of the great unwashed. So and yes, you do deal with people like that. And most of the time, like for the most part, the small amount of people that were unwashed were usually told to go home and grab a bar of soap. Because a lot of the shops that I used to go and hang out at were in better neighborhoods, so you didn't get, people that weren't conscious of bodily area, as it were.
I'm currently in a smaller city in New York State.
Yeah,
I'm not in the bigger cities, so yeah.
I can understand.
People are very polite here.
I can understand. But yeah, Fort Worth's a big town in Texas. Dallas is a big town in Texas, and a lot of those people, they're not polite, Bruce.
Magic players ain't got time to showers. What the F you talking about?
Hey, man! I used to play Magic tournaments, and I always shower.
All right. At number 8, we got Batman 152 to 150 Jones and Center. A little
Ooh, I like this.
Catwoman bondage.
Ooh.
I like it.
I really like this.
I
ordered this.
I ain't it ain't 1 in 50
No.
like it, but I like it. I like
he
the
tied her
ones.
up with her own whip. That's that's bondage. Anyway, let's go.
You're not wrong,
A
Sage. You're not
little
wrong.
sexy bondage.
But again,
That-
that is a cover where if
Well,
you
if
wait
you guys-
6 to 7 months, you'll be able to pick it up on a 75% off Midtown sale for like $7.50.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if I start like a bondage covers collection, that's definitely going on it.
But don't get me and Joe wrong about being able to pick some of these covers up. But there are 1 in 100
Oh yeah.
that you won't be able to find again. Ghost books. I have a few of them. Thank you very much.
But sometimes when you see those covers,
figured-
I've missed plenty because I
Mhm.
had seen it, but then couldn't get it on pre-order. It was too expensive on pre-order, and I was like,
And
the
you
hell
have
with it.
a-
I miss it. I miss it. But
I figured the higher I figured the higher the ratio, the quicker I would have to jump on it.
Not
but
necessarily.
No,
it all depends on the print. Like, I mean, this is Batman 152. It's a 1 in 50. So, granted, print Batman has a pretty high print run, but it's not like, when X-Men reboots and you have an X-Men #1 and you have 15 variant covers and 10 exclusives and all that stuff, that blows up the numbers. So that dilutes what a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 100 is, because if you're a shop doing an exclusive, you're doing a Marvel book, you got to order 3,000.
Yeah. 3,000.
So that you're getting 30 1 in 100s, out of that. So it really dilutes those numbers.
See, I haven't been buying comic books since they started this ratio thing. So you guys, when I eventually get back to buying, you guys are going to have to teach me how to do this where I don't get myself screwed over.
Well, it depends, because like Midtown Comics, this 1 in 50, depending on how well it's selling or how well it was pre-ordered, they would, instead of it being $50, it'll be anywhere between 90 and 100 day of release. And a lot of stores do that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even pre-ordering some of these, you can go in a month before when you see the title, and if it's something that's going to be that people have a demand for, it's going to jack up those prices. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay that way forever, because a lot of these that they've jacked the prices up on $100 out of the gate on a 150 or whatever. Usually, again, 6-8 months later, you go back and you're like, oh, I can get that for $15.
Well, just expect to get questions from me before I buy some of this shit.
Like this book was really hot when it came out.
Oh yeah,
I got it for $10 on an auction
Yeah.
this week because nobody bid on it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It hardly comes up, but nobody bid on it, I'll take it.
Like I said, when I start buying again, I will probably hit one of you guys up and be like, hey, I'm interested in this. Should I wait? Should I grab it? Whatever.
9 times out of 10, I will wait, unless it's something that I can pre-order. I mean, sometimes I will shell out for things like a 1 in 25. Every now and then I'll shell out an at ratio. Or if it's something that I really, really, really want, even though I know it's probably going to go down in price later, I might shell out a little bit more. But almost everything else I wait for.
When we get to the #1 book, this book has probably been talked about for the last 2 months, a month and a half since it hit final cutoff. And we'll see what it is, because it's sold out in pre-orders. At number 7, Daredevil 13, the Lotto variant.
It's a nice deal.
This cover is just so good. So good.
I tell you, Daredevil has been one of the best Marvel books over the past, 10 years. Some of the runs and stuff like that, some of the art, some of the covers, some of the stories, has been some of the best stuff Marvel has done.
I have never been all that much of a Daredevil fan until I started watching the Netflix show and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might go back and the only run that I ever really read was Man Without Fear. Frank Miller, back in the day.
Yeah.
But I might actually go back and ask you guys about some of the Daredevil runs in the past. So
the Soul run was good. The Zdarsky run was good. There's a lot of good runs, and the books are dirt cheap too. Okay, you could pick up like full runs in dollar bins for a lot of that stuff. Not the Soul run because of the Muse stuff and the tie-in with the Marvel series that's coming out, but some of the Zdarsky stuff.
So I have a question.
Devil's
it was-
Reign was good.
Wasn't
agree.
there a storyline called Shadowlands?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, so
I like the street level stuff.
it's a lot.
I find it more interesting to read.
And I like this cover because it's a great use of negative space.
That's what I was
The
gonna
way
say.
the
This is another
tape-
one of those. This is another one of those negative space
It's
covers.
kind of, sort of. It's the tape around his hands is negative space, pretty much. with the
I'm
white
I'm a
cover.
big fan when Dell'Otto does a white background cover because
Mhm.
you're so used to like all the Spider-Man stuff. We have these background covers and stuff like that, really dark background covers. When he does something on a white cover, it pops.
At number 6, Penguin 12, the Masafera variant.
Anyone still reading this series?
I don't know. It was supposed to be a couple of issues, but it's turned into a
They've been running it a
regular
while.
series.
Probably because
Yeah.
the show's coming out, so they figured, oh, maybe somebody will start reading it.
I thought this cover was awesome. Penguin just in the flight, just shooting bullets from his freaking umbrella, and Batman above. I thought this great cover, and it's an open order. It's not a ratio.
That's
You pick
good.
this up for $5. It's cardstock, so
Muscle Fair has been doing some really nice covers lately.
Mama Bear, what's some light bondage between friends?
I agree. I'll videotape on Baltimore when a tie sticks up. It'll leave him in the room for the day.
The safe word is batarang.
Batarang. At number 5,
That wouldn't be my safe word, but okay.
Exceptional
I
X-Men number
love this.
1, the 1 in 100 best Virgin incentive. This cover is just beautiful.
I
This was
love it.
mentioned
I wish it
last
wasn't a
night
1 in
on,
100.
See, this is
SNS?
something. This is something I'd want right here. Kitty with Lockheed and all that. This is something I'd want.
I collect Kitty and Lockheed covers, and I do want this, but I am not shelling out for a 1 in 100.
Okay, so ballpark, guys. What would this go for day one?
120, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
It's
Let's see
Kitty
if it's still
Pride,
up.
even though it is a really good cover.
Mhm.
But it's Kitty
130.
Pride, which isn't like it's not like it's a like badass Psylocke cover or something like that.
You know, Kitty Pride has never been sexy,
And it's
you know,
Bash,
the nerds pay more for sexy covers.
and it's
I would
Besh, and Besh. It's not like it's a Campbell or something like that that really moves the needle for people that collect that. I mean, it's a great cover. I like it because I love Kitty Pride.
Mm-hmm.
But
What are you saying, Taladia?
I was thinking maybe 130
I'm trying to find it now.
for the price.
is there
Oh,
a
no,
trade
I'm
on
gonna-
this too, though? Is there a trade copy of this?
Of
Or-
course it is.
Okay. Well, then buy the trade for
You could buy it for $4.
$4.99, $3.99, whatever the hell it is now. There you go.
Midtown is selling this for it's below ratio
90.
72.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Well, it's a-
actually not
but
bad.
you know the way this works. It'll come out, and if it ends up being hot,
Hot
then it'll
cover.
magically be
They'll
120, 130.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a little too clothy for me, but I do love Kitty. I do love Kitty Pride, and I do love Lockheed. And it's hard
But
for
Sarah
me to
needs
pass.
to
But I'll
dress
buy the
in
trade dress cover of it. And I'm fine with
You get
that.
the same cover for $4. Tim Horton is more likely to say
Yeah. Little Timmy is
I don't know.
Safe.
Kitty's not a character you think of as cool and sexy for cover. So
Yeah, like at one point.
Well,
I didn't think-
lately she's been such a badass in you know, the Marauders run and stuff like that.
you know, I used to have a thing for collecting Jean Grey covers and Rogue covers, but that's just me.
too clothy for Joe's taste.
It
At
is a
number
little too clothy for
4,
me.
we got Scarlet number 4, the
Chuma.
150 Chuma Hill incentive. Little Shadow Storm on the cover with Scarlet. I like
Yeah,
this cover.
whatever.
It's good. I like people are very hit or miss on Chuma Hill.
Yeah.
Whether they, I like Chuma. I like different art styles. I
No,
enjoy it. And truthfully, a lot of the Scarlet covers haven't been that great in this run. So
Yeah, I
the
agree.
cover
I like
isn't
this.
bad, but these stories, man, God, it's like pulling teeth reading this Energon shit.
I don't mind. I
It's
haven't mind. I have not minded the Scarlet run. Hasn't been that bad. It's been
They
pretty
lost me
straightforward.
with G.I. Joe. They lost me with G.I. Joe, man. I couldn't do it.
The art reminds me of watching Borderlands. Jeez. Yeah, moving on. At number
Ouch.
3,
could have been worse, King. You could have watched The Crow.
Absolute Power number 3, the Carla Cohen variant. I love this cover.
I like this cover.
I love it.
I like Carla's work.
Oh,
She's one of the few that still is working in oil.
You know,
her husband is Perillo, so
she's one of the few artists that it seems like she captures the soul of the character in the eyes. Like the eyes aren't dead, like a lot
Yeah.
of artists do.
I finally got. It's been like 8 months. Had a Kickstarter. One of her covers is finally gonna be delivered soon.
Nice. At number 2, Army of Darkness Forever 11, the 1 in 20
Ooh.
Barons and Center. This is just freaking amazing.
Interesting.
The freaking worms coming out his face, the blood, guts dripping, and centipedes.
I like
The-
Barons.
The
stuff he
blood,
did on
the guts, the centipedes. Yes. No,
the covers
anyway.
he did
That's all I
on
want.
that Ghost Rider run were fantastic. Did some Red Sonja covers that were really
See,
good.
this is
I like
something. This
work.
is something I'd try to grab early. Like, I think I'm gonna have a thing for like
That's pretty
horror
fair,
covers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like horror covers as well. I like a lot of the older horror stuff, but when they do some of the newer stuff right, it's fun.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. That's a sexy cover. Okay, I like that.
And the number 1 book that I think should be cover of the year is Trinity's
Sowie.
World's
Trinity.
Finest Special number 1, the 1 in 50 Sowie incentive. This is a beautiful cover.
I loved it. There's actually a handful of decent covers on this Trinity. World's Finest Special 1, but I do love Sowie. I like Sowie a lot. It's for me, Sowie is like, okay, it's a more contained Rose Besh, a little more constrained.
Is this a cover to the book you had me read a while back that had these characters in it?
No, this is a new comic.
Oh, okay. Is this the one that's coming out soon?
Yeah, it comes out
Because I know
next
she
week.
has a set of stories that are coming out soon. So,
Yep.
I like this character, and I actually
Well, you get her origin in, I think, Wonder Woman 13. You get Trinity's origin.
Well,
Well,
I think
you had me read
did-
the Trinity special at one point.
yes with Damon. It collected some of her earlier appearances.
Yeah, it was Damien and John.
I think,
I like. I think there's a good runway for Trinity, Damien, and Jonathan. I think that's having that young Trinity group.
Yeah.
Is fun.
Well, it's making the stories fresh, in my opinion.
I love this.
Oh, she's got her.
Yeah.
They've got their own super dog.
The yellow and black one. I think the next one is one of my favorites. Not that one.
This I love bubblegum covers.
I like
like it,
that.
but-
I like that. That's cool.
This is cute.
That one is cute.
Then that one, and then
There's one. I think there's one more in there. That's.
I don't think that. I think that's it.
Huh.
Yeah, and there's no store exclusives for it. So
Maybe I was thinking about the purple cover.
Are you guys seeing? Okay, so what website is that? Did you guys keep pulling from? Is that
that's,
Midtown?
League of Comic Geeks?
League of Comic Geeks.
League of Comic Geeks? Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's got all the. Because it's where you usually show the variant covers. and
Yes,
stuff,
yes,
so.
Terry. Terry is correct, 100%.
Oh, that's
Although
I
some of
forgot
those
about that book.
some of those Penosian Red Sonja covers on Savage Red Sonja were some of my favorites of the year as well. But either way, Penosian hands down for me is
This
the
one?
winner for this year. Yeah, that one.
Are you talking about this cover?
Oh, whoa.
Laying around.
No, put yourself forward. Yeah, there we go. Hello. I likes that.
Hello, nurse.
Boob window.
But like I say, either way, to me, Penosian is the best cover artist this year so far in terms of some of the stuff that he's put out.
All right. Next up, what we got next? Some variants that are hard to find.
House is nice.
We have G.I. Joe issue 1, second print from 2013. A raw copy sold back in April for $250, and a 9/8 sold on the 26th of last month for $625.
You can say who the artist is, Bruce. You're allowed to say who the artist is.
No,
Yeah.
Art Adams.
Art Adams?
Art Adams is the artist of this cover.
Why would he have a problem with saying Art Adams? What
He shits on Art Adams all the time, and I love Art Adams.
Yeah, because he's been doing a run of covers lately, and they all look the same. They all have bobbleheads. The eyes are like here, and the foreheads are like this big.
Okay, so
you say that, but you slab that Godzilla book real fast.
Well, that's Godzilla. What do you want? Have you seen a Godzilla book, Dave?
No.
Oh,
Let me
good.
see.
Oh.
Let me see. Find it.
I don't know what I did with it. If I can't find it, I'm gonna do it in 2 boxes. If I don't find it,
I love Art Adams. Art Adams still kills it for me.
I will
all
say
these
this.
Years.
I will say this though. Proportionally speaking, the angle of her hips to her shoulders, no human female moves like that.
I would agree with that.
I don't need them to. I'm happy to dream the dream by looking at them.
Joe doesn't care if they have legs.
Yeah. Like I said, I keep my Art Adams right back here. I love Art Adams. He's absolutely fantastic. His monster work is great.
Absolutely fantastic.
Everything he does is fantastic. I
have no idea what I did with it, but I'll find it on this site. Okay.
Yeah, if a woman was built like that, she wouldn't be able to walk. Anyway.
That's okay with me.
What?
Joe's like, I don't need him to walk.
Just show up.
It's optional. Walking optional.
Walking is optional. What was that? The 50th anniversary? Godzilla 50th?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that was just a good cover. Like I said, Adams, when I was first getting into comics when I was younger, I loved Art Adams' work, and the fact that he's still putting out stuff that I like now is great.
It's crazy that Godzilla's been around for 70 years.
It's nuts.
70 years, Jesus.
There we go. That's the Art Adams cover.
Oh, hello.
Fine, that's his best cover.
Give me creature cover. Do you know that Godzilla was originally going to be a squid monster?
I can see that. Tentacles.
Yeah.
Japan.
He's always coming out of the water, so
Mama Bear's like, I can, but it's not a natural pose. Exactly. Exactly. You know what, BK?
Then we have Savage Dragon issue 230 from 2017, recently sold on the 28th of last month for $300
for a 9,
which is insane. And that little girl right there, littlest girl, is his wife.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I've never read Savage.
That's not even a great Savage Dragon cover.
Oh, it's Savage Dragon. It's like Spawn. It just goes on forever and ever and ever. Only people don't give a shit about it.
Well, hence
Unlike
the
Spawn.
25 or 30 years up in the corner here.
That's just an image
Some
thing.
of
But
these
Savage
comic
Dragon
covers
has been
are
running. I mean, it's a long
Savage
run.
Dragon's been running since the 90s.
It takes breaks. 6 months here, 5 months here.
Yeah,
3
but
months here.
still keeps cranking them out.
Yep. So Eric Larson, congrats.
Eric
I'll
Then
Larson.
we
I'll
have
stick to his Spider-Man stuff.
Spawn issue that's supposed to have been 307 blank from 2020. So I just had to bring this up. It sold in 2020 for 1,526. There have been no recent sales of this. A blank cover.
Spawn is weird.
A blank cover
Yes.
for $1,000.
Spawn
Yep.
people are interesting.
Spawn people are interesting creatures. I am a Spawn person, so I can't speak to that.
I like that. I give it to
No,
him. I like people that are hardcore into a character and love the fandom enough that they support the fandom moving forward and the product and line and IP moving forward as much as it does.
No, but
Front run for
guys-
some of these issues is like 10 on those Savage Dragons.
no, but the thing is, guys,
Hey,
it's
Anthony.
like this is a blank cover. Who would pay $1,000 for a blank
Spawn
cover?
fans.
Spawn fans.
Somebody's gonna get McFarlane to do a picture on it.
The reason
Do a
why
sketch on it?
the reason why a blank is important to Ladia is what Joe
Yeah.
just said. You can take it to a con, and if Todd's there, you could get him to do a Spawn cover on that blank.
Or Capullo.
And a lot of artists usually have sketch pens and stuff with them. So
If you want a full comic cover, you can always get one done by Jim Lee for $20K.
yeah,
That's the going rate.
woohoo!
They can bring it to a con.
I love Jim. but
Yeah,
I
Say all
I'm
you
gonna
say
pay
all
for-
you want, Terry. Say all you want about Todd McFarlane. The guy was still good at his art.
The guy
we
was
have-
the guy's a good salesman of Todd McFarlane.
Then we have Wolverine 310 McGinnis variant
Nice
from
homage.
2012. The last raw copy sold on the 27th of August for $130, and a 9/8 sold for $568.
Interesting.
It's a good homage.
What's this? X-Men 212?
Yeah, it's Wolverine doing the cut in the
No, I'm
cover.
talking
isn't
about-
it?
yeah, I think it's 212 or 213. I'm not sure.
And you had to run up to 11 to 12 and 13, 213 with Sabretooth, but I'm trying to think. Yep. Either way, the cover, it's an homage.
So, and then we have Uncanny X-Men issue 12, Manara.
Milo. I love Milo.
So for
You have my attention now. Hello there, Emma.
9/8, $475.
All Milo
last time
Manara
it-
stuff, it goes for a grip.
It
Like
sold
I
for
said-
200 raw back in last year.
Like I said,
back in,
hello,
February
Emma.
This year. Hello, Emma. Battle of the Atom.
That was not a bad storyline. I like that story.
It was all right.
Brian Michael Bendis.
Bendis is hit or miss for me.
Yeah, well, at least
I
you
didn't
don't
like his.
hate
I
him.
didn't like his DC stuff at all.
Of course not. Nobody liked his DC stuff, from what I'm hearing. But you guys have to also remember, and I know I'm about to say some sacrilege here to a couple people on this panel. I don't read a whole lot of DC. Okay.
That's fine. You can stay with Marvel shitty stories. It's fine. Next up,
There's some good Milo Manara stuff.
in case you missed our show on Renovision, the Qualified Friday night, Joe did a great job of covering EC Comics, the rise and fall of the company, explaining the different run from issue 15 was the #1 issue of this book and everything that went along with that. So check out Friday's Qualified show if you can. on Renovision. So I thought,
Yeah, because our views sucked for some reason on Friday, but that is what it is.
It is what it is.
So here we go.
I
International
love
Comics #2 from 1947. DGC 6.0 cream to off-white pages sold for $552. That is not that's not too much out of the range of people if you want this cover. Before the sale, it sold in 2006 for $116, the same grade. There are only 11 copies of this comic book graded across all grades.
You know, Bruce, if you ever go back and like watch a video or two about how EC Comics started, and this is a company that did not fail because of itself. This company failed because of the government.
They also failed because of themselves.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Look,
I agree. The government with the code and everything, the comics code and being hauled in front of for the whole seduction of the innocent stuff, definitely hurt the company significantly. But the trends they went into after that were not smart ways to go.
oh look, Bill was an interesting guy. Let's just say that.
Yes, he was, and he within a span of 9 years still has some of the best stuff around.
And some
if you haven't checked out the EC show that we did on the Qualify, here is the link. Give it a watch, give it a like, and
I threw in the private chat. I threw in the private chat. If you don't feel like looking at that and just want a quick 2.5-minute rundown in a presentation where you just have some music behind it and have to stare at screens, I put that in the private chat if you want to throw that up there too.
And if you just want the covers, let's see back here,
dude.
There's the link for that.
The EC runs had some of the greatest horror covers ever.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And in fact, it was a few of those covers that got them in trouble.
Yeah.
And this comic is part of the same collection that you were looking at a few covers on, actually, the Roger Hill collection.
Yeah, they were the notables that were on the it was a big lot of those went up on Heritage.
Yeah. So we have Two-Fisted Annual #1 from 1952. And 8.5 cream to off-white pages sold for $3,360. Only sale of this comic in this grade. There are currently 29 copies across all grades. This is also part of that Roger Hill collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Two-Fisted War Story stuff was good. Yeah.
The EC had a horror writer, and I can't a horror artist that I can't remember his name, but
Johnny Craig.
Yeah, I think it was Johnny Craig. That some.
Was it about Two-Fisted or Two-Fisted? You guys are horrible.
Oh yeah, but Johnny Craig could do the decay, like bodily decay. It's like his art style was interesting. Anyway, continue.
They had a fantastic run of artists between 47 and 56.
Oh yeah.
So I picked a lot of covers that represent the different progression of the time periods of EC, from romance to horror to wartime. So we got Weird Science Fantasy Annual #1 from 1952.
Oh,
this cover 6.5 off-white to white pages sold for $6,300. And if you look back in 2009, this same grade went for $1,076. And there are 72 across all grades. And who doesn't love a bubble helmet?
Al Feldstein's covers for the sci-fi stuff are classic, beautiful covers.
Oh, these are great covers. And this alien right here, this monster. Yeah, great. Fucking
6.5, but it's a 6.5, so
no, 6.5
which is more than fine for a Golden Age book.
For a 1952 book, it's a lot of
you're not gonna find many of these that are above like a 7, and that's being generous.
And then you're shelling out $5
5 figure.
Yeah, 5 figures at least.
The golden rule is for Golden Age, anything from a 1 to a 4 it will suffice. For Silver Age, a 6 and above. For Modern, Bronze, I guess Bronze, 9.6, 9.4.
Yeah.
Anything current, modern.
Bronze gets a little messy here and there depending on how much is on the census.
And then anything that are in the last couple of years, you want that book in a 9.8. There is no negotiating with that. You want it in a 9.8. Current modern books should all be 9.8s because there's such a big jump between 9.6 and 9.8. It's insane.
I've seen a 1.5 Golden Age book go for thousands of dollars. So
there's page. You could take pages of AF-15, and just a page.
Yeah,
and get it encapsulated, and it will go for several $1,000s, especially depending on what page it is.
I can't have Mama Bear and Terry Floyd in the same chat together. You got it. I love.
Well, you're the one talking about two fisting a tail. Anyway, let's go.
Anyway, let's
we have Point of Fear issue number 15, which is also issue number 1 from 1950, CGC 7.5, off-white pages sold for $6,600. Back in 2019, this same grade went for $1,851.
I had a
bit
reprint
on the census at 97.
I had a reprint. They did a run of reprints of these books back in the 90s. I had a reprint of this cover. Yep.
Yeah, the numbering on these is just it's such a headache if you're trying to collect
them. Yeah.
Because like I said, Ton of Fear started with 15 out of, I can't remember what title it came from, whether it was Saddle Romances or one of the other ones. So it started Haunt of Fears 15, 16, and 17. And then it started Haunt of Fears 4 and ran forward. Yeah. So 15 always has a parenthetical 1, 16 has a parenthetical 2. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Mama Bear, you have never been innocent since I met you. Stop. And I wouldn't want you any other way, but
stop the cat. Stop the cat.
This is one of the comics that was featured on Joe's great covers spotlight. That is The Witch, correct? Or The Witch?
No, that is the Vault
Keeper.
Oh, that's the Vault Keeper.
Okay. Yeah, that's the Vault Keeper.
I always have to look at all three of them together because I always mix up the Witch and the Vault Keeper. One of them has a hood up, one doesn't.
Yeah,
we have Crime Patrol.
And the witch, her cloak is red most of the time. Okay.
Crime Patrol 15 from 1950, CGC 6.0 off-white pages, sold for $28,800. There were no current sales in this grade before this, and there are 83 currently graded, with a 9.9 being the highest.
28,800.
That's your first Crypt Keeper.
That's your first. Yeah.
Or in this, in the guts of this book.
See, okay, this is how you know the Crypt Keeper, the Vault Keeper, and the Old Witch. The Crypt Keeper was blue, had a blue robe.
Okay.
The Vault Keeper had a green, and the Witch had a red.
But how does somebody get a 9.9 in this?
How? I don't know.
File copy.
You might have a file copy. It'd be very hard. Very hard.
A 9.8 in this book. It's actually quite a few. There's probably 4. If I'm reading this chart correctly, 4 9.8s.
Yeah, but you almost have to have this would almost have to have been given to you by to get something that high.
This probably will pull 6 figures if they ever put out these 9.8s and 9.9s or more.
Oh, more than 6 figures, most likely.
Mm-hmm. So,
especially with it being the first Crypt Keeper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most likely, you could pull almost 7 figures with it.
There we go. We have Moon, a girl and romance, number 12. So number CGC 6.5, cream to off-white pages, sold for $1,680. The first sell in this grade. There are currently 10 graded, highest graded being a 9.0.
Man, I tell you what though, these comics never showed the women in great lights. They were always evil, man.
Well, Moon
How
Girl.
can I tell you?
Moon
if I'm
Girl was
married?
sci-fi. Then it
Yeah.
became romance for those last ones, and then it turned into weird fantasy. And
Yeah,
then weird fantasy merged with weird science to become weird science fantasy.
weird science fantasy. Yeah.
It's funny. Then we have Modern Love #4, 1950 CGC 6.0. White pages sold for $2,040. Only one in that. The only one sold in this grade. There are a total of 12, with the highest grade being a 9.2.
Oh wow.
There's only one of them.
There's only one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
the higher end censuses of these are always very, very thin. Every now and then you will get some very high quality ones that will pop up every now and then, but a lot of the EC stuff is thin on the high census, which is why they command so much money.
Yep. This is great. So next up, Land of the Lost Comics #2. Land of the Lost Comics #2. EC 1946, a CGC 9.6.
And
So
you'll
for
notice that
$1,800.
while this is an EC comic, this is not this is educational comic.
Yep.
They changed the name in 47. So
Yeah.
this is right before the name change. This is right before Gaines' father died.
Yeah. This is right before Bill got it.
Yep.
So this is 16 on the census. Not a bad copy. 1946.
No, it's a very clean copy.
Edgar Church Mile High. Then we have Tales from the Crypt #40, 1954, 7.0. Off-white to white pages sold for $1,200. Back in 2009, this book sold for $155 in this grade. There are currently 180 copies on the
And see,
census.
that's what I'm talking about. This cover here with the decay on the corpse in the water there.
Yeah, I see it.
It's interesting. The art, anyway.
The highest grade is a 9.6.
This might be the last issue of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is because that's right around. Yeah.
Tales ran the longest out of all of those series.
Yeah, because it was the Vault of Horror, the Crypt of Terror, or Tales from the Crypt, and then it was
Haunt of Fear.
Haunt of Fear.
And then this is it for EC comic covers. Next is Ultimate FOC, but before FOC,
oh man, you didn't even show the best cover.
We've seen those covers. These are covers that the decapitation cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were talking about that.
Or the one where they're playing baseball with the guy.
Yeah, there's so many good covers on that run. It's fantastic.
There we go. I thought I lost it. Haha, there we go. Giveaway time. So if you haven't typed in, where is it? X-Men into the chat, please do so now. I will be running this very shortly.
What are we giving away this time? What's the incentive, man?
Justice League Volume 4, New 52.
Oh, I want that.
Well, then you're gonna have to hop off the panel, Taladia.
All right, I'm gonna hop
work. He's already been on the panel. You can't hop off the panel to get in the prize. God damn you, Taladia.
Hey, man, I thought it might work. I was gonna do it. No,
I know you was. So. All right, let's run this and see who gets this. Let's go. And the winner is Ed LeBeau.
There you go, Ed.
Ed LeBeau, congrats.
Damn.
Taladia, damn it.
And the next book, might as well do both of them. It's X-Men number 35, the last issue. The last issue?
Oh,
Yep, it is.
what
We got
random
the
volume?
Scotty Young, Big Marvel, and the other exiting Krakoa Island for the last time. And this is the final giveaway of the night. And the winner is. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Hit the
Last
thing.
one.
Imagine if I'm in this. Just saying.
No.
Ah!
It's
it.
rigged. Run it again.
Called it.
And the winner is Terry
Terry
Floyd.
Floyd.
There you go, Terry.
Got
Oh,
that
man.
Scotty Young cover.
Only if I won that. Just to sleep.
You could have been in the chat. All right. And let's get to some FOC.
What the
Full
sick
screen
one?
it.
There we go. First up, we have this is for comics that are releasing in the first week of October, I believe. So get your orders in by tomorrow night to your local comic book shops or any online retailer that you order from.
Okay.
We
Order
have-
early, people. Get your discounts.
Yep. Deadpool 7, the Mark Bagley variant. First
Oh.
appearance of Deadpool's daughter as Deadpool.
Wait, Deadpool has
The
a
Connor
daughter?
variant. Yeah, Deadpool's gonna get he's gonna get killed. We have the Dr. Doom variant. We have the 1 in 100 Momoko incentive. And we had the 1 in 25 Clark incentive.
I'll stick with the Amanda Connor cover, even though it doesn't have the daughter on it.
I like the Connor cover too. Deadpool's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm just
die.
mad that they made her outfit look a lot like Elektra when she took over Daredevil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, it's not very original. Let's go on Daredevil with a jacket and a hood.
Then we have Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider #1 special, the Ramos variant, the Sandoval variant, the Gonzo variant, and then we have X-Men #5, the 1 in 100 Phoenix Campbell incentive.
Ooh, I like that one.
I'll get the Gonzo.
Yeah, I like the Phoenix one.
I like to get any of the De La Muerte covers.
These good covers. Let me just take that banner down. And then we have Ghost Spider #6, the Mock variant, the Melnikov variant, the Dr. Doom. I like that.
I didn't know Gleb was doing Marvel stuff. He did the first Robin series.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Huh.
Who?
We have Crane,
Melnikov.
Spider Venom Horse variant.
Oh Jesus!
Not the Venom horse.
Yes, the Venom Horse.
I'm sorry.
And then we have Team Darkstalkers #1.
Symbiote shit is
the
boring.
1 in 5 Rodriguez incentive.
Yeah,
Those some
Udon
thick-
makes me happy.
Thick thighs, yeah. Tim Seeley is
Udon knows how to
writing
put out comics, man. Udon knows how to put out comics.
it. And this is at Albuquerque. It's and Rodriguez Institute. Albuquerque is doing the interior art. Then we have Biker Mice from Mars, #3, the 1 in 2020 Portello incentive. Is this a homage to something?
Yeah, it is, but I can't remember what.
I
for the life of
couldn't
me
place
it's
it.
freaking homage to.
Then we have Frankenstein #2, the 1 in 75 Simmons. This looks
Ooh,
amazing.
I like that cover.
But the next one, the 1 in
Oh,
25
I like that one even.
Mundo incentive.
Better.
Oof. Classic monster movie incentive.
He's holding the brain.
Yes. Then we have
The
Power
Abby
Girl,
normal brain.
Power Girl 13, the Cologne variant.
Oh, I like
Ooh.
that. That's
This
good.
is
I
a
like that.
homage to Superman or Supergirl. I forgot. It's the white cover with red logo. Well, I
Yeah.
like this cover a lot. I forgot what issue it was. It's homaging.
People forget Power Girl's just an alternate version of Supergirl.
Then we
Yeah.
have Satana, Bring Down the House, number 4, the Jones variant.
Thank you, Joel.
Not only do we have Zatanna, but we also have Constantine.
Constantine.
Oh,
Can
bloody
you ever
hell.
anymore in DC have a Zatanna storyline without Constantine being thrown in there?
Yeah, true. Then we have
Hey.
the Scott
Look.
variant.
Dude, that's all the different versions of Zatanna.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like
Well,
this.
Scott did these for all the characters except for Green Lantern. In Green Lantern, they just have a bunch of the different lanterns. But every other Nicholas Scott variant of these, it's all the different outfits for the character.
Then we have the 1
Oh.
in 25 Sway Bee
Oh.
Incentive.
Hello,
I like
nurse.
I like this. I see a tentacle.
Oh, well, then you know I'm all for it. It's the
Then we
Abby
have
normal brain.
the Harley Quinn 43 Scott variant with all the different Harleys.
Where can I go look for these Scott variants? Because I'm interested in.
Just go to League of Comic Geeks and just you could look up Nicholas Scott and pull up all the recent
Okay.
stuff.
Then we have
G.I. Joe.
Walker.
sorry, wrong clip. I forgot to skip this one. Sorry. We have Action 1069, the Prado variant.
I'm really tired that I have to wait for Hispanic Heritage Month to be able to get goddamn Hot Girl covers.
Well,
Can you
she's not on the
possibly give me
team.
them some other time during the year as well? There's just a lack of good Hot Girl covers.
Then we have 1 in 25 Panosian Incentive, a little breakfast with a little heat vision. I love this cover. Then we have Outsiders 11 Acuna variant, little Batwoman on the cover. Then we have Titans 15, the Sajic variant. Donna Troy needs more covers, damn it. She does.
Beast Boy's creepy looking.
What was the
He is creepy.
what was
What
this
was
Scott? The
Nicholas
what's the
Scott?
person's first? Nicholas Scott. Okay.
Nicholas Scott.
Nicola.
Yeah.
Then we have Harley Quinn 43, the Sweeney Boo variant. The Scott variant. Did I do that already? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I did it twice. Then we did the Federici variant. I like the Federici. Then we have the Lyrics Lee variant. Then we have Task Force 7, number 7, the Raza, little bloody Swamp Thing action going on.
Can't really go wrong with the Raza cover.
Then we have Detective Comics 1089, the 1 in 25 Fulmara Incentive. Love this.
He's still putting out interesting covers. I'll give him that
Yep.
much.
That's just creepy, man. Like,
Which one?
is that Batman or is that a spider? What the hell?
That's Batman.
That looks like like an evil extraterrestrial spider.
And then we're finally going to get the story that ended the Civil War in Star Wars. The Battle of Jakku.
Jakku.
We have Cover A, 25th anniversary variant, the Reese variant, and then we have the 1 in 25 Shalvey Incentive.
I have literally stopped putting Star Wars on my pull lists.
I think everyone has. Is that for before Star Wars shows?
I don't mind Star Wars books, but
Swinging
swinging boob variant.
Stop.
That's true. It's a shame.
The swinging.
That looks like a
Gotta
spider.
wait for characters that I like.
Cal.
Like like it literally looks like Bat Spider. Like what the hell?
Then we have Creep Show is being rebooted again for Volume 3.
There's some good covers there.
The Cover A.
That I was
So-
reading this what are they rebooting this goddamn thing every year? Like is that
Yeah,
just
limited series.
They do limited runs.
Stoko variant. And my favorite cover, the 1 in 10 Beach Incentive.
Oh,
Steve
caught
Steve
up.
Beach. Steve Beach is too good.
Baseball.
He's just too good.
Oh, this
His
is
covers
Caught
are
up.
so freaking
and
Baseball
it's
good.
only
through
a
the
1 in a 10.
midsection.
1 in 10. So I will be picking up 2 or 3 of these copies of this. Hopefully, I can get them at or above ratio. I mean, below ratio. Oof,
Send me one. No.
this is so good, so good. And then finally, we have Knights versus Samurai #1. We have cover A. Then we have the McFarlane variant. McFarlane's doing a variant.
Not
He
looking
only
good.
does variants.
It's a nice cover. It's a nice McFarlane cover with the dragons. That's nice.
And then this is going to be the most sought after comic of this year, going into the fall, I believe. The 1 in 50 McFarlane signed incentive.
People will be
This
paying
is
out
going to
their
be
nose for this.
a bitch to get this book.
Oh, and then the fun thing is you'll see 2 or 3 pop up on eBay that are unsigned that'll go for
They're
5
sold
times
for
the price.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. So this is fun.
Trickery. Fuckery is afoot.
I think so.
Fuckery is afoot.
So this is, if you want this book, head over to your local LCS tomorrow if they're open. Tomorrow is a holiday. Hopefully if you saw any books tonight that you think are worth having, please head over to LCS. Hopefully they can order them for you. And if they can, see if you can get a copy of this, because this probably will be 4 to 5 times what it's really worth. You better hurry the F up, bro.
Yeah.
No. And that I don't know. I just wanted to say before we leave, the whole CGC thing I put in the description, and people lost faith in CGC. I don't think people have lost faith in CGC. I just think that it's just one more thing for people to complain about that hate CGC. You know, if it's 1 to 2% of actual defects when it comes to the cases, I guess it's not acceptable for the people that are losing money, but as a business, at the amount of books they do per year, they should do better. I'm not going to stop sending books. Joe doesn't send books.
I don't send books, but here's my 2 cents on the whole thing. CGC, be better with your PR, and just in general, be better with your PR. We knew this existed in May. You could have clearly lessened any blow that you would take, because I refuse to believe that you don't know the number of books that are having problems, when it was resolved, if it was resolved, to minimize any bad press that you get and the after effect. Just do better PR. I like I said, it could end up that it is an extremely low percentage of things that possibly had this issue. It could have been actually resolved and not be an issue anymore. But again, all these things lead to rumor fodder and stuff like that, because they don't come out and clearly make a statement. I don't want to hear, well, we have heard something and we're looking at it to try to replicate it. And you don't really hear anything, or, just put out a clear statement that, okay, this is what happened. It's only a small percent. I mean, if it's a big percentage of books, then that's a bigger problem for them. There's liability issues, stuff like that. If it is a small percentage of books overall, which I'm guessing it probably is based on the volume that they're doing, then just state that it's a very low volume and say how you're going to deal with it. Just be clear and upfront with the customer. And I think most people are, for the most part, somewhat forgiving. I mean, there's always going to be a lot of people that are going to bitch about stuff all the time. But if you're honest with people up front and clear in the messaging up front, then you're not going to have 40, after the fact streams talking about Bengate.
Yes.
It's just get ahead of the problem. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yes, because I know there are legitimate issues out there. I found one book that had this problem out of looking through 100 of my slabs. But I have seen people that are trying to take advantage of the situation and claim they have this problem, but they don't have pictures of the comic before. It's before before it was graded, and you can't tell if it was that way when it was graded, because there are still acceptable defects that you can have that can give you a 9.8 and 9.6 that fall within that bend that's happening in some of the cases. So it's just up to you individually if you feel comfortable having your comics graded by CGC, or if you want to go to CBCS or wait for what's the other one?
PSA.
PSA is going to start grading comic books.
Or if you just want to throw your book in the trash, you can send it to PGX.
I still need to reach out to Styx about that floppy grading thing that he suggested that he showed me last week.
Oh, the soft soft slabs.
Yeah, that's what I need to reach out to him on that.
There's a few places that do that.
Hey, what's up, Max?
So, yeah, like I said, I would have appreciated them just being a little better on the customer care side of things in terms of communicating with the customers in a clear way, because they have a message board. The way that message board is, and that message board is monitored, so they should understand the situation where it's at and be able to mitigate those issues just through communications with the customers. So I don't know. That's all I say. Just be a little more open with the customers in the future, and be a little more proactive instead of reactive. That's all I gotta say.
And if you're submitted to CGC, they make you sign away a lot of your rights when it comes to your book. So be aware that you sign away that you consent to be graded. If there's damage to your book, damage can happen. We are human. Humans are handling these books, and you can't foresee.
And they're going through the mail, and they have no control over the mail service. And you can pack things as well as you want. I don't care. The mail's the mail.
Yep.
But like I said, I don't know. I'm happy with most of my raw books. The ones I buy slabbed already. But like I said, it's a weird industry we live in.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tate. Thank you, Taladia. Thank you, Brian, for hanging out with us. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you know every time I'm going to do a show. And we will see you back next Sunday for the other comic book show, and tomorrow night for Monday Madness. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Take care.